All right, let's look at chapter 3 now. The first is we're going to look at the process groups. Now, these process groups are not the knowledge areas. The process groups are the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and then the closing processes. The processes are more of a time-based linear model, and the knowledge areas cover all those. So we use all the different knowledge areas in the initiating, planning, executing, and monitoring. If you look on page 91 and 92 of your textbook, you can see an excellent table on how the structure between the process groups and the knowledge areas all fit together. But it's really important to realize that the knowledge areas are not linear at all. They're used all throughout the project management phase, and so you need to know the process groups and your knowledge areas and how they fit together. There are 2 case studies in chapter 3. Those are excellent case studies. I want you to read them carefully. When I mean carefully, it's not about the outcome. It really is about the connection between the process groups, the knowledge area, and the type of documentation that's being created or referred to. For example, we may do the stakeholder registry in our initiation phase or in our planning phase, but we will be using that stakeholder registry throughout the whole rest of the project management. And I know the stakeholder registry, a good example of that is we think about stakeholder registry and we go, yeah, okay, so we do a stakeholder registry, list of people who are impacted by the project. And in fact, we really need to do that, and it's really useful. Sometimes when you following the PMI model, you think, oh, another document, another document, another document. Do I really need to do this? Let's say you're doing a project and you're going to redo a computer lab. Okay, so you go, who's going to be impacted? Well, people who use the lab, right? And that's it. Well, no, you need to think about who are the other stakeholders. Well, okay, the person who's going to pay for it. Yeah, okay. Well, how about the people next door? Are you going to be banging stuff? Are you going to have to cut the electric? And of course, you're going to be creating dust. So is that going to impact the HVAC system? So there's a lot of, when you do that stakeholder registry, it really can be useful. You're going to create it in one phase, but you're going to be using it throughout the whole phase, all the other phases, and it's going to be a very useful document. And when you first look at a lot of these documents, you go, yeah, this is just more paperwork. And sometimes it really is paperwork, especially if you're in a small department, because it's like you're going to be creating a stakeholder registry, and 90% of the people in the stakeholder are you, because it's such a small department that you're the one doing the work, you're the one planning the work, you're the one okaying the work, you're the one okaying the changes. So the stakeholder registry is you, but you still need to do it to find out for the people who aren't there. And one of the reasons this is important is not necessarily that the project's going to work, but it's your career that's going to matter. So if you do a project and you keep running into problems that you got to call somebody up and go, oh, we're going to be making dust, so you need to deal with the HVAC system. They're not going to like someone calling up saying, oh, we got to turn off the HVAC to that room tomorrow to keep your project in line. If you had done the stakeholder registry, you would have known to contact them earlier. What that means is the next time you're doing a project, you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork looking over your shoulder, and you're going to have to go to a lot more meetings than you wouldn't have had to if people trusted you to do it right. And so one of the strengths of doing all this documentation is it builds the trust of the organization in your skills to do project management. Not just getting the project done on time, but doing it with the least interruption to everybody else. And if you do that, you're going to be a good project manager that people are going to trust, and your projects are going to run a whole lot smoother. The other thing I wanted to look at is some other documents like the project charter and the team charter. Those get back to what I was talking about last week about the CYA. Those charter documents give the scope of what the project really is about, what the budget is, what it isn't about. And so at the end of the project, it allows you to say, yes, I did a good project, I met the goals, and you don't have people showing up going, oh, wait a second, I thought I was going to do this, or oh, I thought I was going to be doing that. It also allows especially the team charter, allows the people signing on to the team because a lot of times they do have a say in whether they're going to be part of the team or not, how you're going to get the work done, and whether they want to be part of it or not. And so again, the documents sort of are CYA, but they can be useful as well. The scope statement is something I'm talking about separately because scope is so important, but really it manages change that's coming along. And that's pretty much it for Chapter 3. Oh, they talk about the kickoff meetings. The PMI model is big on kickoff meetings. You have everybody there, you get everybody excited, and of course you have cake and cookies or punch, whatever. A kickoff meeting works really well if you have some big project and you need to bring the upper management down to show the flag and be all excited about things. If you're doing an agile environment, you're working with 4 people who are going to get together and the 12 other people are going to be working on the project you won't see for 3 months. Kickoff meetings are something for those 4 people to put on their calendar, come and get annoyed with you about. So, the kickoff meetings is one of those things where you're supposed to do them and they're important sometimes. So as a good project manager, you're going to have to read the political sphere of the organization to figure out how important a kickoff meeting is.